Guys, it's John Olympian Exotics here. I had a few requests for a video about geckos. So here are the three species that we primarily breed at Olympian Exotics. On the left here we have the Crested Gecko, which is definitely the most common of the three. You can see they have some really nice colors. I'll go over that in a minute. Then we have the Gargoyle Gecko, which, let's see if we can get a close-up on the horns. You can kind of see it has these little bumps at the top of the head, and they are naturally occurring in the wild as like a more of a grayscale. So that's pretty much why they have the Gargoyle Gecko name. And then we have the Leachianus gecko, also known as the Giant Gecko. These are actually the largest and heaviest species of gecko on the planet. They have a few different localities that have quite a bit of size difference, but this one is about middle of the range, I would say. This is actually a Grand Terra, which is a mainland crossed with an island locality, which would kind of mix that size out. So that's about 250 grams right there. Gargoyle geckos get up to about a max of around 70 grams typically. But I would say an average weight on those is about 50 grams. The Crested Geckos get about the same size as Gargoyle Geckos, maybe a little smaller. So this right here is an adult female. She's about 40 grams. That is the typical guideline for the breeding weight of a female, so that's pretty much adult size. They can get quite a bit bigger than this, but that's pretty average, I would say. So the cool thing about Crested Geckos is that they come in a lot of different colors. You can get blacks, oranges, cream, red. You can see that this one has Dalmatian spots and yellows. So they have a lot of different line bred traits because they've been in captivity pretty much and being line bred for pet production the longest. So they have been able to isolate quite a few different colors. Another thing that you'll want to look for with Crested Geckos is the crest. So this is the crest right here. These are all really soft. These species actually feel very soft. They're not what you would think of as a reptile. They have very small scales, which makes their skin feel almost like a suede, I would say. The Crested Geckos, I would say, are your best bet for a beginner reptile because they live between 60 and 80 degrees. They're pretty docile. They don't really run too much, especially as an adult if you handle them regularly. So you can see this one is very docile. It doesn't bite or anything like that. And they live on average, I would say, if they're taken care of, probably about 10 to 15 years. Obviously, if you're not taking as good of care of them, they're not going to live as long. The Gargoyle geckos can live quite a bit longer. I've heard of them living up to 25 years. Same with the Leachianus geckos. I've heard of them living 25 to 30 years, I believe. I would say that's probably on the upper end of the range, but I think the Cresteds may be able to reach that age as well. Okay, the cool thing about all three of these species is that they're all from New Caledonia, which is an island kind of near Australia. So they all have the same temperature and humidity requirements primarily. So between 60 and 80 degrees, they're all nocturnal species. So that's a really nice benefit, is that the care and food is pretty much the same for all three of these. So the Leachianus gecko that you can see right here, some of these guys are not as friendly as others, but all the ones I've had have had a very good personality. So that's pretty cool. This guy's name is Atlas. He's actually my second Leachianus gecko that I ever got. He's about 6 years old now. So that's pretty cool. In the wild, the Leachianus geckos will actually eat the babies of both of these species. And yeah, so now they're getting a little, they're moving a little bit. But as you can see, they're all doing really good. We do have all three of these available on OlympianExotics.com. They all eat basically a combination of the Leap and Leachies diet, that is a powdered fruit powder diet that you mix with water, and the Pangea Gecko diet, which is also available on OlympianExotics.com. But you would want to keep all of these separately. You don't want to mix species, but they can live, especially the Crested Geckos and Gargoyles can live communally. The Leachianus have a little bit more of a specific requirement as far as how you introduce them to each other to make sure that they get along. But if you're going to start out with a new Crested Gecko or Gargoyle Gecko, we definitely have a lot of babies available right now. We have a few Leachies available, and you can see all of that stuff on OlympianExotics.com. So I'll try to keep the video short and sweet. Definitely go check out OlympianExotics.com. And thanks for watching.